Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I actually am going to be filming a video which is a bit different for me, and I'm sure it's going to be different for you as well. I'm going to be talking to you about something that I've been doing for the past month, which is taking the elite career path by Online Makeup Academy, which is based out of New York. That's a lot of information, a lot of new information in one sentence. So let me break it down for you. The Online Makeup Academy is an online makeup academy that's based out of New York, and they offer a lot of different kinds of courses for people in our profession, people who are makeup artists, or even people who are just starting in this industry and want to learn makeup professionally and become a makeup artist. They don't just have makeup courses, they have hairstyling courses as well on a professional level, and also they offer courses like SFX and prosthetics and stuff if that's the kind of stuff that you're into. Now you might be wondering why a course at this stage in life. I do not think there is an age to learn. If you figure out what you want to do professionally, I don't think that realization is something that you should take for granted ever. Ever since I was like about 14 or 15, maybe like 9th or 10th grade, I knew that makeup was something that felt very, very close to my heart. Being a makeup artist was not something that was as popular as it is today, and learning makeup meant that you either go to an academy that has really obsolete kind of information about makeup and the trends that were going on, or you would just learn from YouTubers, because YouTube was starting to really get big back then, and watching a lot of tutorials kind of did give me a basic understanding. But throughout my life, even till this day, people who are close to me know the fact that I consider myself self-taught. You can definitely learn what products are available in the market these days and what people kind of do to do their own makeup. Like, you really have to know your features. So when you watch a YouTuber, you know what works for them. So where I live and the kind of age that I was at in that stage of life, I really struggled to find a source for good education when it came to being a professional makeup artist. And if I had something like this back then, I would have been so grateful, because let me just get into the courses now. So the elite career path, it's basically a combination of two of their makeup courses. One of them is called the Master Makeup Artist program, and the other is the Advanced Makeup Artist program, I think it's called. So the combination of the two, they've basically made it into a full program that you can take. So one of the main differences between watching a YouTube tutorial versus watching an actual professional makeup artist do makeup on a model, and a new model in every single video that you watch, is the fact that they tell you things that I don't think anyone else can tell you. If your teacher is not a professional makeup artist who's been working in the industry for a while, you are just not gonna get the kind of knowledge that is required to work in the industry. Learning makeup is not just about learning how to enhance your own features. You should be able to look at a face and identify all the things that you can enhance and kind of push back with makeup, and make that person look like the best version of themselves, and make them feel very confident about themselves and how they look, considering that you will be hired either for photo shoots or for like really big events in people's lives, like their weddings and stuff. You really have to make sure that you're putting your best foot forward in making sure that you do the best job that you can, and you leave a really good impression on all the people that you meet. So the last kind of certificate course that I did was from Lakme Academy, and I'm not gonna get too much into it because that's not the purpose of this video. I just didn't have a very good time there, and I'm just gonna leave it there. So having done that certificate course back in 2017, I definitely had been feeling like my career needed a very intensive, advanced certificate course to kind of re-up my theoretical and practical knowledge, and that's exactly what this course has been doing for me. I'm already done with the Master Makeup Artist program, the first course. I'm yet to submit like my assignments and stuff, which is a very interesting part of it. I'll get into that in a bit. Now I'm on to the second one. So the fact that it is online is an advantage in my opinion, because so the thing is, I see a lot of makeup artists here especially take big giant batches of students who come to learn makeup, and if you have even 20 to 30 people in a room watching someone do makeup, even if you're seated in the front row, you're not actually going to be able to see how the makeup sits on the skin, how the person's kind of eye shape changes immediately with the placement of an eyeshadow. These are things that you definitely are able to learn when you watch very closely. And because these are video tutorials which are taught very closely with like a good professional camera, and the videos are very closed up to the model's face, you can actually see what the makeup artist is doing. And that, in my opinion, is one of the best ways to actually learn. The second advantage of having a course online is that you can basically access it anytime and anywhere. Imagine watching a video tute on your phone while you're traveling to your day job. I mean, you don't have to take out time from your already busy schedule and making room in your life to be able to do a course like this. It's very extensive. They share a lot of information about the industry and the very specific kind of details of being a makeup artist that you do not really get to hear otherwise. And one of my favorite things about the instructors who take this course is that they share so many tips and tricks of actually working as a makeup artist. Like, it's very hard to do makeup on someone else and not make mistakes, especially when you're meeting them for the first time, because you have to understand a lot of the people that you'll do makeup on might not be your friends. When you start getting a bit more successful, you might start doing makeup on people who are complete strangers. So to be able to have that eye, that trained eye, and really just detect everything, it's a bit hard. It really does come with practice. So you are bound to kind of make mistakes. So while explaining what they're doing, if they make a mistake or even if they don't, they usually will tell you how to fix those mistakes. And it's not like a mascara on your eyelid kind of a mistake. Big mistakes like not being able to find the correct undertone for your client and stuff like that. The way they actually explain everything, it does feel like they're actually talking to you throughout that process. Like I mentioned, I finished one course entirely. It did not feel like I was sitting watching it on a screen. Like, it definitely felt like I was there. And of course, with every single topic, there's a lot to learn. The videos are kind of divided into smaller bits, and there are longer video tutorials as well. So something like a red lipstick application, they talk about all the things that are very necessary for you to keep in mind and make sure that you're doing to your client as well, to make sure that you get the best possible result out of it. So while I'm saying that all of this happens online, it doesn't mean that there is no assignments that you're supposed to submit, or there is no like personal communication with the instructor. After every tutorial that they give you and after every concept that they teach you, you're supposed to do the exact look on yourself or someone else. And they usually ask for someone else because it's very easy to fall into a rut when you do makeup on yourself over and over and over again, which is what I actually tend to do because I have to create a lot of content most of the times. If someone is not coming to me to ask to get their makeup done, I'm always doing makeup on myself to either create content or to go out. And while that is great, while that's enjoyable, and while that still can be considered practice, it's very important to widen your horizons by doing makeup on other people and learning different techniques that can work on a variety of shapes and sizes of faces, eyes, and face structures and bone structures and stuff. And one other thing that I really like about these courses is the fact that you don't just get a module of just video tutorials that you just watch and recreate. They have thrown in like bits and pieces of really important and really unusual and unique information. Like, I remember there was one video in the Master Makeup Artist program where the instructor was talking about how a photo shoot is planned. So all the people who are potentially involved in a photo shoot, who gathers everyone in the same place, who finds the location, what is your job as a makeup artist, what are the expectations that the production people can have from you, what is a call sheet, what all information is supposed to be mentioned in the call sheet. Once you have the call sheet, how are you supposed to proceed? Like, things that I do not think anyone else will tell you. This is the kind of information that really helps you become professional even before you are out in the industry working. So when you do go out eventually, you are better prepared because you have all that knowledge. And I think that kind of stuff is so important to know and so important to learn. and so important to make you feel confident, because a big part of this job also becomes how you carry yourself, and they leave no stone unturned in kind of trying to guide you how to present yourself to a potential client. Let's say the way you leave an impression on a client or a potential client can kind of make or break your career. Sometimes they get into the really nitty-gritty kind of stuff that no one talks about, and that is something I really appreciate, because I like that kind of information. I like having knowledge of things and places and events that I haven't been able to experience myself, because when I eventually do, I'm already equipped with all of that knowledge that I'm sure is gonna come in really handy for me one day. There was one video where an instructor was talking with somebody named Charles. This is someone who is a professional makeup artist. They've been working with makeup forever for a while, and they've been a professional MUA for about 15 years. So that's a lot of experience right there. And I was blown away. It was like a full-on interview kind of a video, where you would see a bit of the interview and you would see a bit of the class that they were taking with a bunch of students, the kind of conversations they were having, and getting into the technicality of makeup, like what does a water-based foundation mean and how silicone kind of reacts to it, how you're supposed to layer different kinds of products over top of each other. And that's exactly the kind of stuff that they were talking about, and that video really just like hit all the right points for me. And another point that I really appreciate is in person, when you take a course, let's say it's like 5 days long or even a month long, you go there for a month, you learn everything, and then you come back. And the thing about makeup and fashion and beauty and all of these industries that are very closely related is that trends can come and go in 3 months. So you really have to make sure that you are upping your skills according to the trends that are coming up. And what the Online Makeup Academy has done is that once you buy a course, you have lifetime access to it. So you can keep coming back to one specific, like let's say one specific kind of liner that you're trying to learn. So you can keep coming back to it, keep practicing on your own. And also with the changes in trend and stuff, they might actually upload new tutorials in the course. So with every new addition to the course, your coursework is actually expanding. After every 4 or 5 video tutorials, there is typically a place where you're supposed to submit your homework assignments, which means that you do the exact same look on yourself or on a model and you submit it through the portal. And your instructor will give you feedback through a personalized video. So they'll look at your work and they'll record themselves talking about your work and give you feedback and kind of tell you tips and tricks that you can use to kind of make your work better, which is amazing. Even after the course finishes officially, you can still ask them for guidance and stuff if you need it. You can still remain in contact with them and keep asking them if they can review your work, if you can resubmit any assignments through the portal. And I think they'd be more than happy to give you all the suggestions and guidance that you need to work as a professional in your industry. Now, because it's an online makeup academy, the course material and the submission of assignments, everything is done online. You can definitely access it from anywhere in the world, and you do not need to be a certain age. You enroll yourself into the academy. Upon the completion of your coursework and submitting all your assignments and stuff, if the instructor finds you to be up to the mark, let's say, you will be receiving an OMACA approved certification, a soft copy in the mail, and also a hard copy which will be framed and sent to you at your address. And like I mentioned, I've just been watching the coursework and reading the coursework, and I've not actually submitted any assignments. There is no time limit within which you need to finish the work. The courses do not have like a 1 month or a 2 month timeline. You can take as long as you need. You can watch the tutorials anytime. You can submit the assignments anytime. Same course, if you have a lot of time and if you're able to dedicate a lot of time to this one thing, you can probably finish it in like a month. The same coursework, if you're a busy, like let's say mom who has 2 children and also has a day job, you can take 3 months or 4 months or 5 months if you have to. There is no specific timeline, and all that the instructors really expect from you is just dedication and sincerity. You don't really have a specific deadline by which you need to finish a particular course or an assignment. You can take this at your own pace, which I think is one of the best things about it. Now, some important things. After finishing the course, after you receive your certificate, you can basically apply to two online like e-retail platforms that will get you a pro discount, which is about 40% off of a lot of different kinds of brands, which I'll mention now. So those two portals are Friends Beauty and Nigel Beauty Emporium, and they carry brands like Makeup Forever, Anastasia Beverly Hills, Mehron Makeup, Graftobian Beauty Blender, NYX and stuff like that. All the luxury beauty brands and the kind of professional brands that you might need in your kit. That reminds me, when you actually sign up for a course, you will be sent a kit that kind of pertains to the course that you chose, which is also a great thing. And something that I really want to reiterate is the fact that the coursework and the tutorials are very inclusive. The education that they provide you is very inclusive, and it covers all kinds of skin tones, ethnicities, eye shapes, face shapes, and everything that you can imagine. So you can be assured that you're getting the kind of education that will allow you to work even on a global scale. So you need the kind of education that gives you the confidence to work on anyone. And one of the last things that I want to mention that definitely is not any less important than any of the other things that I've mentioned today is that they are really good at providing you all the information that you need to be very sanitary and hygienic with your practices. There are specific video tutorials that are just meant for sanitary and hygiene purposes. So how you're supposed to scoop everything out onto a palette, don't double dip into your pans and kind of products that you use, and also all of those guidelines and all of that information that they share in the videos are all updated with COVID-19 guidelines as well. So yeah, that's the kind of information that you really should be making use of in today's day and age. And yeah, I think I've covered everything. And before I leave, I want to mention that they've also given me a code which will knock off, I think, $100 off of the price of the course that you choose. You can choose the EMI option if you think it's better suited to you. But if you want to make the payment upfront, you can use the code which will get you $100 off, which is always amazing. And I think I've covered everything. If there are any questions that you guys have about the academy or the courses that are available, please leave them in the comment section down below. I'll definitely get back to you on that. And that is it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.